Money has a strange relationship with some people. It enters their life suddenly, through a job, a bonus, a side hustle, a lucky opportunity, and just as quickly, it disappears. It slips out of their hands, evaporates from their bank account, drains through unexpected expenses, or gets swallowed by people who take advantage of them. Money comes, but it never stays. If this feels familiar, then what I'm about to tell you is not just information, it's the truth about your life. That no one ever explained. Dark psychology reveals something most people never understand. Money doesn't stay in your life because of your income. It stays because of your identity, not who you pretend to be, not who people think you are, but the identity you hold deep within you. And here's the twist. Your identity around money was shaped long before you even earned your first dollar. Every fear you saw growing up, every argument about bills, every moment of financial stress in your family, every message you heard about rich people, every belief you picked up about wealth being dangerous, selfish, evil, risky, unstable, or temporary, all of it became part of your internal blueprint. So even when money arrives, your subconscious pushes it away because it thinks money is a threat. This is why some people earn well but stay broke. This is why some people receive opportunities but sabotage them. This is why some people save only to lose it in emergencies that appear out of nowhere. This is why your bank account rises and then always falls back to the same familiar number. Your mind is not protecting your wealth. Your mind is protecting your emotional programming. If you were raised to believe that money doesn't stay, guess what? Your mind will make that belief real again and again. If you were raised to feel guilty when you have more than others, your mind will make sure you return to a level where guilt disappears. If you were raised to think that money changes people, your mind will save you from becoming that person by keeping wealth far away. If you were raised around fear of losing, you will lose, not because you are unlucky, but because your subconscious believes that losing is safer than keeping. This is why you can work hard and still feel empty, why you can save and still watch your account drain, why you can earn and still stay stuck. Because the dark truth is this: money doesn't follow effort. Money follows belief. It follows the identity you carry. It follows the limits you inherited. It follows the patterns you repeat. It follows the emotions buried inside you. But here's the part that matters. You can rewrite it. You can change the internal thermostat that keeps pulling you back to the same financial reality. You can break the cycle that says money isn't safe and replace it with money supports me. You can shift from wealth doesn't stay to wealth grows around me. But before you learn how, you must anchor one truth inside yourself. I choose a wealthy identity. And later in this script, you'll write it again to seal the transformation. Stay with me, because once you understand why money keeps leaving your life, you'll finally understand how to make it stay. And when you learn that, your entire relationship with wealth will change forever. There is a hidden wound inside you, a wound that has nothing to do with your job, your salary, your skills, your opportunities, or the economy. It's a wound connected to money itself, not the money in your wallet, but the money inside your mind. Most people think they're bad at earning money, but the truth is far darker and far deeper. You're not bad at earning money. You're wounded in receiving it. You have a hidden emotional scar around wealth, and that scar decides how much you're allowed to keep, even if you earn more. Your mind finds a way to return you to the same place. Unexpected bills, sudden emergencies, impulsive emotional spending, toxic people draining your finances, opportunities that collapse at the last moment, deals that almost happen, but never do. It always feels like the universe is teasing you. Money comes close, enters your life, touches your hand, and then disappears like it was never meant for you. But that's not destiny. That's programming. And here's where dark psychology opens the door to truth. Your relationship with money was shaped by fear long before it was shaped by intelligence. Think back. Not logically, emotionally. What did you hear growing up? Money is hard to earn. Money doesn't stay. People lose everything overnight. Only greedy people get rich. We can't afford that. We're not those kinds of people. Money changes you. Life is dangerous when you have too much. Don't dream too big. Each phrase, each emotional moment, each argument, each fear-filled reaction became a thread in your subconscious. And slowly, quietly, invisibly, your mind formed a belief: money is unstable. The moment your subconscious starts believing this, your relationship with money becomes toxic. Whenever money resides, your mind panics. Whenever you save, something pulls it away. Whenever you come close to comfort, your brain triggers situations that drag you back to safety. Your subconscious thinks it's protecting you, but in reality, it's sabotaging you, because it's easier for the mind to keep you in a familiar struggle than let you enter an unfamiliar level of abundance. This is why people who grew up in scarcity repeat scarcity. This is why people who lived with financial fear rebuilds financial fear. This is why their bank account always returns to the number that feels normal, even if that number is painful. Money is not leaving you because you're irresponsible. Money is leaving you because your subconscious believes you're not meant to keep it. Here's the psychological twist that almost nobody realizes. People don't just have trauma from losing money. They have trauma from receiving it. Receiving more than your past allows feels unsafe. Receiving more than your identity accepts feels threatening. Receiving more than your childhood taught you feels like betrayal. Receiving more than your environment normalizes creates guilt and fear. So your mind does what it does best. It protects you from the very thing you are trying to attract. And until you fix this wound, money will always slip away, to start healing this wound. You must first anchor a new identity inside you. Write this in the comments. I am safe to receive wealth. Later in this journey, you'll write it again to seal the shift. Because once your mind feels safe with money, money stops running from you. There is a strange, invisible force inside you. A force that reacts whenever money enters your life. A force that becomes loud when wealth starts growing, and silent when wealth disappears. Most people blame circumstances. They blame bad luck, bad timing, unexpected emergencies, or life just happens. But dark psychology reveals something far deeper, something that most people never discover. Your mind treats money like danger because your past taught it to fear abundance. Your subconscious mind isn't logical. It doesn't measure risk with numbers. It measures risk with emotions. So if the emotional experiences attached to money were fear-based, unstable, chaotic, or painful, your mind interprets money itself as something unsafe. This is why people say, I don't know where my money goes. I can't seem to keep anything. Every time I save, something bad happens. Whenever I get ahead, life drags me back. Whenever money comes, it disappears. They're not lying. They're describing a mental pattern that has been silently running in the background. Your brain sabotages your wealth to protect your identity. Your identity may want success, but your subconscious wants familiarity. And if your past was filled with instability, financial fear, shame, guilt, scarcity, loss, chaos, pressure, comparison, humiliation, then your subconscious decided that more money equals more danger. Now here's the psychological twist that is rarely discussed. Your mind doesn't fear being broke. It fears becoming someone you were never allowed to become. Read that again. Your past environment trained you to stay at a certain level. And every time you rise above that level, your subconscious triggers fear to pull you back. Examples: call on when you start earning more, gives you suddenly overspend. When you try saving, gives a random crisis appears. When you attempt investing, gives fear overwhelms you. When you get a bonus, gives you reward yourself too quickly. When money increases, gives your tolerance for financial mistakes increases too. It's not coincidence, it's conditioning. The mind protects familiarity even when it destroys you. It avoids growth because growth requires identity change. It keeps you small because small feels safe. And the scariest part, you mistake sabotage for fate. You tell yourself, it just wasn't meant to be. I guess I'm unlucky. Maybe money isn't for people like me. These aren't truths. These are beliefs you inherited. The moment you try to rise financially, your mind whispers, be careful. This won't last. You're not ready for this. You don't deserve this much. People will judge you. You'll lose it anyway. You'll change. You'll disappoint someone. This is too much responsibility. Your subconscious isn't trying to hurt you. It's trying to protect you from a life your past told you was dangerous. But here's the breakthrough. Your past made money feel unsafe. Your future depends on making money feel safe again. To reprogram this, you have to send your mind a new message. A message that says, abundance is normal for me. Wealth is safe for me. Money supports me. It doesn't threaten me. And to anchor that inside your subconscious, you must speak it out. Write this in the comments right now. I am safe with wealth. Later in this journey, you'll repeat it to lock the new identity in, because once your mind feels safe with money, money stops running away from you. It begins to settle, to grow, to stay, and that is the moment your financial life changes forever. There's something mysterious about you, something you felt many times but couldn't explain. Money comes into your life, but wealth, true stability, true abundance, rarely stays. You attract opportunities, ideas, chances, even fast money, but they disappear before they can turn into anything bigger. Why? Why does money enter your life so easily, yet exit with the same speed? Dark psychology exposes a disturbing truth. You attract money based on desire, but you repel wealth based on identity. Money responds to your conscious mind, your wishes, your goals, your effort, your actions, but wealth responds to your subconscious mind, your beliefs, your fears, your emotional programming. You're invisible. Limsy may want wealth, but wanting something and being someone who can hold it are two different realities. Here's the secret nobody tells you. Money comes from action. Wealth comes from alignment. You attract money when you work hard, but you keep wealth when you believe you deserve to keep it. If your subconscious is programmed to fear responsibility, to fear success, to fear judgment, to fear becoming different from the people around you, to fear standing out, then money will arrive just long enough to satisfy your ego and disappear before it can transform your life. You may not realize this, but wealth demands emotional stability. If you secretly believe, I'm not good with money, I always lose it anyway, people like me don't get rich, it's dangerous to have too much, others will expect more from me, I'll change if I become wealthy, I might lose everything. Then wealth treats you like an unsafe home and finds its way out. This is why you get money unexpectedly, but never fully benefit from it. You make progress, but something sabotages it. You save 4 months, but one event wipes it out. You get new opportunities, but fear whispers louder than potential. You invest emotionally, but withdraw financially. It's not fate, it's not timing, it's not the universe teasing you, it's not lack of heart work, it's self-rejection of abundance happening on autopilot. But here's the darkest psychological twist. Your mind thinks more money equals more problems, because the only time you saw a lot of money was during chaos. Think about it. Many people have only seen large sums of money during emergencies, medical crises, major family arguments, debt settlements, sudden losses, panic situations, survival moments. Your subconscious learned that money appears with danger, money appears with pressure, money appears with instability. So now when money grows, your mind prepares for disaster, and before disaster can appear, your subconscious protects you by removing the money. This is why wealth doesn't stay. Your mind believes that abundance is unsafe. It believes that wealth will create pain. It believes that being comfortable is risky. It believes that being financially strong is dangerous. Until you fix this emotional link, you will continue attracting money, but repelling wealth. To break this pattern, you must tell your subconscious a new truth, a truth it has never heard before. Comment this below to begin the reprogramming. Wealth is safe for me. Later in this journey, you'll say it again to anchor the shift deeply, because the moment your mind feels safe with wealth, wealth finally stops running away and starts building roots in your life. And that is the beginning of your financial transformation. There comes a moment in life that very few people experience. A moment where money no longer feels like something you run after, but something that quietly begins to move toward you. Most people spend their entire lives in financial pursuit. They chased opportunities, they chased security, they chased the next job, the next raise, the next chance. They run behind money like it's a shadow they can never catch. But dark psychology reveals a truth almost nobody realizes. Money doesn't run from you because you're slow. Money runs from you because you're in a state of emotional chase, and anything you chase emotionally moves away from you energetically. Money is not just currency, it carries psychological weight, it carries emotional meaning, it carries identity. If deep inside you, your relationship with money is built on desperation, fear, pressure, or urgency, your energy tells money one message: I am not ready for stability, I am not ready for abundance, I am not ready for more. And money responds by distancing itself. This is why some people work endlessly yet feel financially stuck. This is why some people put in more hours, yet feel more pressure. This is why some people earn more, yet remain in the exact same place, year after year, because the energy behind the pursuit matters more than the pursuit itself. There is a moment when everything shifts, a moment when you stop chasing money and begin attracting it. This shift does not come from working harder. It comes from transforming the emotional state you carry around money. When you stop seeing money as an escape and start seeing it as a tool, your energy changes. When you stop seeing money as proof of worth and start seeing it as support, your vibration rises. When you stop seeing money as something rare and start seeing it as something natural, your identity expands. Money is drawn to emotional clarity. It is drawn to self-worth. It is drawn to inner stability. It is drawn to people who are grounded, not panicked, lined, not desperate, anchored, not overwhelmed. When you embody abundance internally, wealth begins to notice you. The universe responds differently when you are no longer trying to force money into your life but are quietly becoming someone who can hold it. This is the real law of attraction, not positive thinking, not blind hoping, not repeating affirmations without identity change, but embodying a version of yourself who genuinely feels safe with wealth. The shift is subtle. You begin to speak differently. You begin to make decisions from stability, not fear. You stop over-explaining your choices. You stop underestimating your value. You stop accepting less than you deserve. You stop treating money as a miracle and start treating it as a companion. This shift makes money gravitate toward you because money moves where it feels respected, not worshipped. Your energy becomes calm. Your presence becomes grounded. Your decisions become stronger. Your boundaries become clearer. Your financial thermostat raises on its own. This is the moment money begins to chase you. It comes through unexpected opportunities. It comes through people who want to work with you. It comes through ideas that finally click. It comes through decisions that grow instead of destroy. It comes through clarity that you never had before. It comes through your identity matching, the version of you that abundance was always waiting for. To anchor this truth inside your subconscious, comment this phrase, "I attract wealth," by becoming aligned with it. And later in this journey, you will repeat it again to seal this new identity deeply. What you chase runs away. What you embody is drawn toward you. This is the moment your financial life begins to shift from effort to attraction. There is a version of you that money is afraid of, a version that lives in constant survival mode, a version that wakes up stressed, sleeps stressed, and breathes stress, a version that believes every financial opportunity is a test, and every loss is a warning, a version that treats money like fire, something powerful, but dangerous to hold, and as long as you live in survival mode, wealth will always stay just out of reach. Most people don't realize this, but survival mode is not a mindset, it is a psychological prison. It makes you chase fast money instead of stable money. It makes you overspend the moment you get ahead, as if your mind is trying to reset you to the level you're familiar with. It makes you cling to financial crumbs because you don't believe you deserve the whole table. It makes you sabotage opportunities because they feel too big, too scary, too risky, too unfamiliar. Survival mode keeps you small because small feels safe. Dark psychology explains it this way. Your brain is wired to protect you from risk, not guide you toward abundance. And wealth, to the survival brain, is not safety, it is responsibility. Attention, exposure, pressure, change, so your mind tries to avoid it. This is why you get sudden fear, right? When you're about to make a good decision. This is why you hesitate when opportunities appear. This is why you freeze when money starts growing. This is why you sabotage progress, right when everything is finally improving. Your survival brain is terrified of becoming a version of you that your past never prepared you to be. And here is the part that will change everything for you. Wealth is impossible to build from a place of fear. You cannot grow abundance when your energy is tied to emergency. You cannot expand financially when your nervous system is constantly in defense mode. You cannot attract wealth when you're emotionally operating from scarcity. Wealth requires psychological room to grow. It needs emotional space. It needs a nervous system that feels safe. It needs a mind that is not constantly preparing for disaster. Wealth grows when the fear inside you shrinks. So how do you break free from financial survival mode? You shift from fear-based decisions to identity-based decisions. Fear says, "I need this money fast." Identity says, I make choices from strength, not panic. Fear says, I can't lose this. Identity says, what I lose comes back. Multiplied. Fear says, this won't last. Identity says, wealth supports me long term. Fear says, I don't deserve this level. Identity says, I grow into every level I reach. When your identity shifts, your financial reality follows. You'll stop making choices from desperation. You'll stop allowing emotions to control your spending. You'll stop reacting to life. You'll start responding with clarity. You'll start recognizing financial traps before you fall into them. You start rejecting things that drain your stability. You start attracting situations that align with abundance. This is the moment wealth feels safe with you, because money flows where the mind feels steady. Money stays where the identity is deserving. Money grows where the heart is grounded. Money expands where the person feels ready. Your financial breakthrough won't come from working harder or struggling more or surviving longer. It will come the moment your inner world stops treating money like danger and starts treating it like support. To anchor this shift, write this in the comments right now. I am done living in survival mode. Later, when the transformation sinks deeper, you'll write it again to lock the new identity into your subconscious. Your future wealth is not waiting for the perfect job, or the perfect moment, or the perfect plan. Your future wealth is waiting for the version of you who finally feels safe receiving it. That version is being born right now. Asterisk. There is a point in your life, a point you may be standing on right now, where everything changes. Not because you worked harder, not because you suffered more, not because life suddenly became easier, but because you became someone different. The final truth of money, wealth, psychology, and identity is this: wealth does not belong to the person who wants it. Wealth belongs to the person who becomes aligned with it. Money has been entering your life for years, sometimes for days, sometimes for weeks, sometimes in small bursts, sometimes in surprising waves, but it never stayed because you weren't yet the version of yourself who could hold it without fear. You were growing, but your identity wasn't ready. You were earning, but your subconscious was resisting. You were trying, but your inner world was still shaped by scarcity, survival, and emotional history. Wealth wasn't rejecting you. Wealth was waiting for you, waiting for the moment you shed the version of yourself that was shaped by fear, waiting for the moment you stopped apologizing for wanting more, waiting for the moment you stopped believing that abundance was for other people, waiting for the moment you stopped reliving your parents' financial wounds and started creating your own financial destiny. You're no longer the person who sees money as danger. You're no longer the person who fears opportunities. You are no longer the person who sabotages what they prayed for. You are no longer the person who settles for familiar suffering. You are becoming the person who can hold wealth without collapsing, receive abundance without guilt, expand financially without fear, and grow without needing permission. This is the identity shift wealth has been waiting for. And here is the final dark truth. Wealth doesn't transform your life. You transform your life. And wealth responds. You are not chasing money anymore. You are outgrowing your old emotional limits. You are stepping out of survival mode. You are disconnecting from inherited scarcity. You are breaking unconscious patterns. You are creating internal safety. You are choosing alignment over desperation. You are stepping into grounded self-worth. You are letting your old identity die so the new one can rise. You are becoming the version of yourself who doesn't beg for opportunities, but attracts them. The version who doesn't fear responsibility, but handles it with clarity. The version who doesn't run from success, but walks toward it with stability. The version who doesn't shrink, but expands effortlessly. And when you fully step into this version, wealth finally has a home, because wealth only stays where the person feels worthy. Wealth only grows where the mind feels safe. Wealth only multiplies where the identity feels aligned. Wealth only settles where the soul stops living in fear. Your journey is not about chasing money anymore. It is about becoming the person who money is naturally drawn to, right now in this moment. You are shifting into that identity. You are letting go of the emotional wounds that used to make you push abundance away. You are releasing the old beliefs that said you weren't meant for more. You are stepping into a life where wealth stays, grows, and expands because you finally feel safe holding it. To complete this transformation, write this in the comments with full intention. I am the identity wealth belongs to. Read it again. Feel it in your chest. Let it sink into every part of you, because your financial life does not change when you earn more. It changes when you become more. This is the moment your new reality begins. You are no longer the person who watches money slip away. You are becoming the person who money stays with, grows with, and expands with. Wealth has been waiting for you. Now, finally you are here.